There are many reasons that someone would want to learn how to play guitar or any general instrument. For one, many studies have shown that instruments seem to boost your sort of mental acuteness and general brain health. Or hey, maybe you want to impress people. That could either be the copy-paste girls at your college campus or sweaty metalheads. There are many different types of guitars for learning. We're just going to be using a basic acoustic because that's the easiest to learn with. But if you're going to want to branch out further after learning acoustic, then there's different kinds for different genres. You know, country, you could have a telly. General music or mostly like rock, you're going to have a Strat. If you want to play metal, you can play something like this or this. And just generally, you're going to want to pick the right guitar. So you're going to want like a basic beginner one that's like in the $200, $100 even range, just to start out with. This thing is not in that price range, it's just the one I like playing, so yeah. When you get a guitar though, there are two different types of strings you'll have. Like this one is steel string, where each and every single one of them is metal, so it makes more of like a... Or you can have a nylon one, where the last three strings are nylon. I use steel personally because I'm not a baby, but if you have sensitive fingers or generally less testosterone, nylon is where you want to go. Before you start playing, you're going to want to make sure that your guitar is tuned. That way, you know, it doesn't sound atrocious. So the strings here, from closest to you to the bottom, right about here, it goes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to want to tune them like this. So string 6 is your deepest one. You're going to want to tune that to E. String 5, you're going to want to tune that to A. String 4, you're going to want to tune that to D. String 3 is going to be B. String 2 is going to be G. And then your final string is going to be going back to E.
Hey guys, I accidentally swapped G and B on there. That's my bad.
And so a fully tuned guitar will sound something like this. So the parts of the guitar that we're going to worry about here that actually matter are the strings, which we already went over, the neck, the frets, and the head. So the head is where you're going to tune everything, you know, these little dials. I'm not going to turn it because that's a horrible idea. But on the neck, there are the frets. Frets are the most important part for playing because this is where you're going to put your fingers. You're going to want them right here where it's not, you're pushing it down the string. You push the string down on the fret, but it's not like on the fret like this. It's over here. Because if it's over on the fret, it's going to sound like this. If it's too far back, you're going to hear, but if it's just right there, that sounds hard to hear, but you'll get it. Now, the majority of your guitars are going to have their frets marked like this. It's going to be going, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, but then there's going to be markers on there that are at 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, so on and so forth. But those 4 are most definitely going to have marks on them. This one doesn't on 3, but the majority of them will. Now, when playing a guitar on here, I'm going to hold it like this because you want to take your thumb. Proper technique is putting it up like this and then bending over and playing your strings on here. It's going to hurt your wrist a lot, but trust me, it is proper technique. I fail it miserably a lot, but it is important. Now we're going to get into riffs. Now for an example of a riff, we're going to be doing the opening part to Mia and Sebastian's theme from La La Land because it's a good movie, objectively a great movie. If you disagree, turn off the video now. You're going to need a capo, and a capo is something like this. It's a little clamp. You put it down on whatever fret you need, and it'll lock in there and heighten the tone. So for example, normal, it sounds like this. But if I put a capo on fret 2, like we're going to need to for this song, now it's heightened and it's going to sound like this. Alright, so to play this part of the song, we're just doing the opening right now because it's the easiest part. You're going to put your capo on fret 2 like I did before, and then to start out, you're going to strum the last 4 strings, so 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave 5 and 6 out open, so it's like this. And then as that's ringing out, you're going to take just pluck string 1. Then you're going to put your first finger hopefully, on fret 2 with the capo on, which originally would be 4. So you put it right here and you pick again. After that, you put your next finger down on the next fret, so it'd be like this, 2 and higher, Then you take it off. Then you pluck open once again. And then you go down a string, string 2, and then get down on fret 1 now. So it'd be this. And then all together, that part is going to sound like. All right, now for the second part, you're going to repeat those other steps, except once you get to the part where you put your finger down on string 5, fret 1, you leave that open, so it's like this, and then you get. Now you're going to go back to that first one, but after playing this note with your finger on string 2, fret 1, instead of strumming then, you go over to fret 5 of string 1 now, and you pluck that, and then you go back down, and then you repeat the process. So in total, it's going to sound like this. The song continues after that, but essentially that's just the part we're going to get to. So that's about it for what I'm going to show you. I just basically went down what certain things are and how to play a certain song. If you go online, you can find many different chords, different riffs, all sorts of stuff you can play with, just really to do whatever you want. It is going to take a lot of practice, but you know, that's just how it goes.